President Trump continues to crack down on illegal immigration. The administration says they're going after what they call the worst of the worst. These are supposed to be individuals, known criminal records, who are in the country illegally. But as ABC News has witnessed firsthand, it's not stopping there. Family members, including children, are being swept up into the uncertainty of these deportation operations also. Our senior political correspondent Rachel Scott got an up-close look at the ICE raids taking place, even embedding in Virginia with ICE agents overnight during 2 targeted operations. Here's a look.
This family, we don't know what other family members they have. That's why he has 2 days to go locate them and make sure these kids are with someone in their family that they believe will keep them safe and set a better example for them.
There is that likelihood that these families could be separated.
There is consequences, and we're giving him time to leave these children with someone else.
Rachel Scott, join us now as you had a chance to talk with the new DHS secretary there. So give us more insight on what it was like just to see these families, the children, the whole operation, how it goes down. Your thoughts?
Yeah, these were 2 targeted ICE raids, Kira, and so authorities had an idea in mind who exactly they were going after. And in that second location, when I interviewed the DHS secretary, this one was really interesting. They had someone who they said was in the country illegally, who had been deported twice before, then convicted of sexual battery. They knew that he was home. They had someone monitoring his home for hours, but also inside of that residence, 2 children. 2 minors, and also an uncle to those minors. And what they found ultimately is that the uncle may also be in the country illegally, but because he was there with those minors, they ultimately did not apprehend or arrest him, but they gave him 2 days to get it together, to turn himself into authorities, figure out some sort of situation for these minors. And so this really does raise the question, what happens to the children? We are learning by the family members that those 2 children are American citizens. Their mother is not in this country. Their father was arrested this morning, and a family member told us right after he was arrested, they went to school.
Interesting, because Tom Homan, the border czar, was here on set with us, and we asked him about the kids, and he said, look, there's going to be people that are going to be discovered. They may be targeting one family or one person, and then there will be other people kind of caught up in all of this, and they have to take it by a case-by-case basis. But, I mean, I guess, is it fair to say it's nice to see that at least something was done about the kids, or there was time in between to figure out what to do? They didn't swoop in and take the whole family. I mean, how did DHS Secretary Noem address that with you? You know, these kids and what could happen next. Is it going to be a case-by-case basis? Yeah,
this is essentially what DHS is telling us, that this is going to be a case-by-case basis, that every single operation they're going to evaluate what exactly should happen going forward. In this particular instance, you had someone else that was an adult, a family member that was home, that they didn't want to leave those minors home by themselves. But again, if this is now the legal guardian for these 2 children, these 2 minors, and this uncle is now potentially deported as well, what exactly happens to those kids? Do they stay in the United States? Do they have other family members? But she very much said this was a case-by-case basis. She also told me, look, these are the consequences. She said, unfortunately, she said that the father put them in this scenario by coming to the country illegally, by committing a crime, and that she believes that those people should be out. But obviously the humanity of this all as well. And you had these 2 minors watch their father get arrested and then have to proceed all along with the rest of their day and go to school.
Appreciate your reporting. And it's good to get an inside look and try to weave out, okay, what's for show? What are you really seeing on the ground? Did you get a feeling of sort of both?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all hands on deck here. It was not just ICE there. DEA, they also had the ATF, they had the FBI. This was a very large operation, and one that officials honestly had been tracking for a while. When you talk about someone waiting outside of these homes for hours to make sure that these individuals are there so these operations can be successful. And the first operation that we went on was a known gang member. And so here you have ICE agents really interacting with what they are calling violent criminals, this effort to get them out, a priority for the Trump administration.
Rachel Scott, thank you so much.
Thanks.